So we might be looking at around about $350,000 worth of mud right here.
$350,000.
Yeah, this one's rare as hell. So yeah, this is a lovely find. It's a bit dehydrated around some of the edges here, but that's just it's the name of the game when you're shipping this far. You're always gonna have some people reaching in trying to get a taste.
Whoa,
okay, so this is just
that is
wow.
buttery. Oh wow,
that is butter.
That's fresh as hell. That's fresh out the batch. Someone took a butter knife and straight to a fresh batch of mud. And that was probably as a promotional photo for like a lab. Was it yours?
Yeah. This might be. No, this one. You know how you see the picture at McDonald's and it looks so good. Right?
Yeah.
But you get the food in hand and it's kind of like a a bit of a turn off. Fuck, that doesn't look as good as I had hoped, but I'd eat it anyway. Now this is actually a picture from our reviews page from a customer. That's how you know we're serving real shit. And this one we actually.
Your customers they seem like they love your product so much that they want to help you get more business.
Yeah, so we used this one as a promo photo for about 2 months. We did a really good sales run with this. Probably a net profit right there of around like $4 million just from this run.
$4 million. That is shocking to me.
This one was flying off the shelves. We had this one at about 80K a pound. So
80.
People were.
So is that like just not accessible to? I'm so confused. I thought like poor mud was for like poor people, and like here you are selling it for like making a $4 million profit. How do you get your product? How do you get your product to people who may not be able to afford such expensive, high-quality mud? What is your alternative option for the real poor people?
Well, we have the Mud Nation homeless shelter where we give out free mud every night, and it's always the highest quality.
You own and run a homeless shelter.
Yeah, the Mud Nation.
Mud Nation.
So it's like mud plus donation. Mud Nation. Mud Nation. And it's like a nation, And it's like a nation too. It's like a donation nation and a mud. It's all the same. Yeah. Okay. So we had this one, like we actually reserved about 25% of this batch right here, like this exact batch for the homeless shelter. So that probably kept about 700 to 800 people alive that month when we had that batch. So
Wait. They're eating this to for nutrient.
No. They're smoking it, but it keeps them alert and able to get some. Like it inspires them.
It keeps them focused. It keeps them motivated, and it basically does save their life. I can see that.
For the broke boys that can heal. That's all I know.
Oh, that.
Who said that?
Gargoyle.
You know who said that? Yeah. I that's what I thought.
I did not know that you had a homeless shelter. So tell me more about your reservation lab. Apparently your lab is expanded, and I did not know that until now. This is all new information, everyone. So you
the lab the lab information is pretty strictly I can't really go into details about the lab.
Well, you just told me off camera about the this Native American reservation that
I'm looking at a mud right here, and I want the audience to guess if this is fake or real.
Everyone, make your guesses right now. Make sure the video's on and you are seeing this. Is this fake mud? Is this real mud? I know I have my guesses here.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you a shot. It's a hard one. It's a toughie.
I'll go. Okay, so I do believe this is a dehydrated mud and manure hybrid. So it is fake because there was a hole in the middle.
You're actually spot on.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it. There's a hole.
Yeah, you can go on.
The bottom right there, the bottom corner. Like it's like blended in with the cardboard box, and that's how you know it's so fake that it kind of just it merges in with other materials like cardboard. And no one likes cardboard mud unless you're like really desperate. That's just
yeah. This is just fake as hell, and also you can just tell by, like, I'm just so experienced. Like I can just like look at this, visualize the smell, and then just tell instantly. That's just like comes with the game. So yeah, exactly what you were saying. There's some real mud mixed into this, but the majority is going to be manure.
Yeah, and you've been saying that a lot recently. Like I mean, at first I was only like exposed to this completely fake mud. They could not get their hands on any real mud. It would just be manure, it'd be Sprite, and sand, God forbid. But this, it seems like these. Whoever these dealers are that like to mix a bit of real mud in with their fake mud just so that has a hint of that authenticity but at a much cheaper price, and it's very concerning because we do not want this to be making
we're getting some more viewer submissions right now for to rate there.
We just got more in. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna let you take the mic for this one.
All right, so this one. I'm okay. Well, as the saying goes.
No, it's if it starts to sprout, get it out.
So if it starts to sprout, get it out. There's some purple on here, and it. But however, okay, this is just. I'm gonna say, it got overheated. That's what I'm gonna say. It's authentic mud, but it was overheated, and it's been left out for a bit too long. It's probably part of a discarded batch, is what I'm assuming. And maybe that's how whoever sent this in, they might have obtained this for cheap, due to it being possibly overheated, discard left out in the sun, maybe got a little sun bleached. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
That's a real dumpster dive find, to be honest. You know.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's perfectly smokable, but you know.
If I saw that, yeah, I'm taking that 100%.
Yeah, it's the same. So this, it's like you know, I can't really go into the processes too deep, you know, but yeah, it has to do with the heating. So it's sort of a pasteurization of the mud to like kill any unwanted bacteria, but keep the, you know, the gut flora bacteria that will like greatly help you and, you know, stuff. But you're trying to kill off those bad bacteria. So in this process, it seems to have been a fault with the heating, that this got way overheated, probably like maybe even 2-3 degrees or overheated for like a long amount of time could do this to a mud. It's just how it just like tells you how much you have to dial in.
Is it true that there are certain bacteria that it has to be the perfect temperature when it's being heated, or else it will sprout other types of bacteria that thrive in the type of heat that's a bit too high? That's why you have to have that temperature maintained perfectly. I actually wanted to ask you to get into more about. We saw earlier there were. The sprouting that you see on this mud, it's a real shame. And there was like those green sprouting, maybe.
Oh yeah, well, we'll find a picture. So that
can you tell me what these colors mean when they sprout? Like, what does that mean that has happened to the mud?
So this one, you see, first of all, we got some really beautiful rocks right here, but these are some pretty beautiful rocks. Now this is crack mud, and rock mud. So this is I would not dabble with this unless you're very experienced.
I mean, yeah.
So that's why it's all, you know, very dry up here. This is like digging up oil. This is like a fossil. So this is very, very rare. We only get to I only get a shipment of this in like maybe twice a year, and it's only like 5 pounds.
Wow.
Only like 5 pounds each time, so it's really, really rare. Wow. But you can see these orange sproutings here, and there's an exclusion actually for the rule. If it sprouts, it's out. You know, if it's these orange sprouts, those are actually indicating a very, very, very healthy, long-term like surviving mud. You know, that's gonna be your like get me up on a bad day, recover from a bad hangover. It's gonna be like this mud is gonna really, it's gonna heal. But we also have some bad examples. So now this is a prematurely dug up mud. So we have some rockage forming. So we probably have some hard cores of this, but we have a a semi hard exterior that you can just like peel off with a small little hard nub in the middle. That would be like pretty smokable though. But you see, we got some greenish showing. This is actually some mold in the mud. So,
It hurts me.
or some would refer to it as rot. So
Oh,
one.
I've experienced this myself, but I
Yeah.
have not personally seen rot to that extreme. Thankfully.
Now this one, this one is crazy because can you tell what these?
Gemstone in that?
No. Yeah, there's a gemstone in this one, but can you tell what these are? These pieces?
Oh man, it looks like some animal type of like.
Yeah, almost like a crustacean.
Oh.
Yeah, but actually, I think this is gonna be some. This is probably deep sea crab here, deep sea king crab.
Oh wow, you are just phenomenal when it comes to your like ability to spot and point out what exactly this is just from like a pretty low quality photo. I really applaud that.
Yeah, and of course we got a small gemstone here, which isn't all that uncommon. It's more like an upsell thing with some recent dealers right now. So like they'll put in some gemstones here to like make you think it's some sort of like African blood diamond mud, you know.
Wait. Does African blood diamond mud, is that actually? I thought it was a myth. Is that real?
Well, there's a lot to delve into when it comes to that. I think it's it's a gray legal area, that one. And it's kind of a we sell some diamond mud, and which is foraged, which is actually very very humanely foraged from Africa, and we assure you that it we assure you that there's no blood diamond trade or anything going on in that mud. That's what we can assure, and we're working effortlessly to prevent that sort of behavior. So,
but have you seen? Like, are you aware that there could possibly be actual? Used in the mining of blood diamond mud.
Yeah, and in Norway, I hear it's very common.
Oh.
So.
Oh, okay.
I would not. I wouldn't buy from there personally.
Wow. Okay, that seems like a bit targeted. I'm not gonna lie, but I'll take your word for it.
Well, we're gonna delve into this a little bit deeper. So this one is
king crab in there, and
this. I'm just gonna give you a guess. How much would you think this mud is, like by the pound?
We got king crab crustacean, and we got some added in gemstones. So it definitely it's not like a super rare authentic find, but there was some like effort put into this to make it more like appealing to look at, and it sure is, but something about it just does not. It's just a bit off-putting to me. I mean, it's obviously not anywhere near that buttery smooth mud that was taken by a reviewer from the lab. I would put this at a good.
God's honest truth.
For this whole entire batch, all in one, I would put that at like 30,000.
Yeah, I would land somewhere around there. It would probably land higher in my department. I would probably go 35 if we didn't have all these gemstones here.
So the gemstones can decrease the value. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, actually, it's more. It's like it's pretty tacky. It's a show of. It's not a mastery in mud.
It's like putting like fake diamonds on a like a 24K gold.
Yeah, exactly. That's a very good example.
Okay.
Yeah, so because we got some presumably real king crab here, which is gonna run you a lot of money if you know anything about the crab industry.
This is real king crab.
Yeah, and then we got some good mud overall. True. It's dry, but it's more of a rind, when we're talking like aged mud. So it's more of a rind here, and.
So could you
actually I've just spotted something. Wait, I'm gonna have to zoom in for this. So this is honestly something astounding, not something we see every day that I've just found. So I've spotted this thing here.
Okay, I thought that was part of the king crab. Is that not true?
Oh, it's not part of the king crab, this one. So you see this structure here? It's a very like pointed structure.
Like a rounded.
Now. Yep. Yeah, this is actually, I think this might be the lower part of a crow beak.
Oh my god, I can see that. Wow.
Yeah, I think like
Holy.
it's a very low quality picture, but if this was to be the lower part of a crow beak, like this small piece it could easily double or triple the value of this whole pile.
Triple easily. I mean, it would also make sense with the like the darkness areas, like the dark areas in here. I think obviously crows are black. I think it could have something to do with this. I was gonna ask about that
Definitely.
black point at the very right, opposite of the crow beak.
Yeah, I'm looking at that, and that might be some burnt
Feathers.
feathers.
Oh,
Yeah,
I knew it. This is probably wait. So
yeah,
100,000 I would pay for that if that is authentic crow beak mud. Mixed with the crustacean
yeah.
king crab and some added gemstones. Not my thing, but definitely the thing for some people. I could put it at 100K or
Yeah.
90K around there.
It's like putting aftermarket diamonds on a watch. You'd much rather have the factory set diamonds on a bezel than have those added diamonds after the fact. It really lowers the value when you get those added after the fact. Then if they were there from the first place.
Yeah.
So it's
I'm wondering if this might have came from Poland. Just looking at the lighting and like the grass in the background, it's giving me Poland vibes. I know that
yeah, this might be.
the box that this is put in is kind of like not a high quality box, and that's because they don't have access to
Yeah.
high quality cardboard boxes in
Yeah.
Poland. So
This
Polish mud.
this blue plastic is definitely reminiscent of some of the plastic bags I've seen from the shipments from Poland. So
Oh, of
that could
course.
definitely be a thing. I've got this one here that I thought might be pretty interesting. Now, this I'm gonna take this one because this is a really hard one. Now I don't know if this is it's a really bad camera taking this photo or some really weird color grading, but just like if we're looking at just like put this picture in your head, and then we're gonna go to this. Look at this color.
Ah, it's beautiful.
Now go back. Look at that color. Now, what are we looking? We're looking at
Saturated.
cement.
It's looking.
We're looking at
Oh,
some cement.
oh,
We might have like this is a rare thing I've heard about from this originates actually in Canada, but and I don't know the story behind it, but it's just like they would take
I heard it. It's a bit too cold up there, and they had to go to other measures to get some like mud.
there's some places in Canada that actually use like part of the cement mix in the mud, and it turns out this really weird color. Like this. I just couldn't rate it honestly. It's just a whole like parallel thing to mud. Like I wouldn't even call this mud anymore. So like I couldn't put a price on this. Honestly, I wouldn't pay more than $200 a pound.
Wow,
So
you are
that might
not
tell you
rocking
something.
Canadian mud.
Yeah, this I wouldn't even. I would if I found this on my doorstep, I would probably not adopt it.
Wow,
Would probably not.
that
Would probably throw it in another dumpster.
Jesus, that's harsh.
Yeah,
Wow, I mean,
yeah. We can go back to this one because I got a little bit of an upset stomach looking at that other one. So yeah, we've established this one now. Oh, that's beautiful.
jeez.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Holy fuck. Okay, they say don't use the Lord's name in vain, but that was not in vain. Holy fuck. Now, okay. We gotta do you know how rare it is for mud to form this gelatinous consistency that we can see here?
Well,
It just
one thing I
it
can
looks
see
like
is that
it looks like chocolate mousse.
yes, this has not been processed in a lab. This is a find from nature. That is one thing. I
Yeah,
can see.
that you can't make that in a lab. Not even Walter White can make that. So yeah, that's insane actually.
Wow.
I don't know where they found this,
Yeah, I'm looking at
but
the outside, looking for like a geographical location. I could.
yeah,
This is.
yeah, I got no clue from this. Like this is probably something that like at auction might like this box. Like looking at these dimensions, I'm assuming about 3 pounds of mud here. Like this on auction is it's definitely 7 figures. That's all I know.
7 figures.
Yeah, for this box, definitely no clue, and it's not low 7 figures either.
Wow. Okay. This. I mean, that is cardboard. It's definitely not from Poland. It's not from Sweden, or else you would definitely be on that. So, where could that be from? That is what I'm wondering here. This is more my area of expertise, the geographical locations.
This might when I'm looking at this is looking like Pacific Northwest for me. Like
I was
it
thinking
might
more
just be.
equatorial.
Oh, you're thinking more equatorial. This might be a rare. an underground find, but
Well,
it's
yeah,
true.
like the cave mining for mud. I've heard that
Yeah.
it's very
But
laborious.
it's true. But at Equatorial, I'm not seeing that gelatinous structure forming. You know,
Uh,
I'm looking more. Might be Midwestern. I'm not thinking East on this one because if it was East, you would have had this on lockdown. That's what I know.
we've narrowed this down to the United States then, because it is a very high quality. It looks like there's almost some kind of figure in the at the bottom
Um,
there.
what's giving me a clue? These ridges in the cardboard. Now
Oh,
you wouldn't find this in Europe,
uh-huh.
but I've seen this on some packages in the U.S. and it's definitely not. It's not the most common, but
Hmm.
it's definitely available.
Well,
So
you might have to
these
do some
ridges.
further digging and to see where that came from because you might
Yeah,
be on that.
that honestly that might just be photoshopped. We can't tell. That might just
This
be too
image
good to be true.
photoshopped. That is tough. That is a tough one, but whoever sent that in, I
Yeah.
would love to have you provide us with more context.
And I'm open letter. I'm offering $11,500,000 for that mud.
Oh,
So if that could get to me in good condition and in the same state that's in this picture, that's 11.5 million that I'm willing to pay, and that's cash.
whoa! That is a humongous offer from her here. This is probably one of your biggest endeavors, I imagine. If not, what
Yeah.
is your biggest endeavor that you have done with a
No,
more
I would say
priciest endeavor?
actually, this one we were talking about. I think in the six figures for this one, but the development of this one, like the new labs that had to be created to develop this mud, or to get the batch right, it was probably we were probably around 60 million deep before we got this batch.
What?
And when we got this batch, we said 4 million net profit at around $300,000 per pound. So that probably netted us about 13 and a half pounds of mud. So
Wow.
it was a big investment. Now this is one of our best sellers. So
I mean,
absolute best
absolutely.
sellers.
It's a very it's
You know,
risky, but it paid off very well. It looks like.
there's a certain U.S. political figure actually that has been purchasing a worrying amount of this mud recently,
What?
and that's his name is it starts with a J. Um,
Okay.
Current president of the U.S.
Okay. Well, then I'm assuming it's Joe Biden.
Oh, I don't know. Well, we don't have that confirmed. I can't confirm that for you, but you can just go off the clues based earlier, so
Right.
It is said that the older man that bought this, because this is known as a healing mud. He's trying to sustain his life, to live longer with this one and to live out his presidency actually. So
Wow.
um,
If that
if we
real,
see.
then your mud could have wow.
This is actually what the last. This is actually a pretty old batch. Like we cooked this up for the first time about 25 years ago. So this is like the Queen's the Queen, God rest her soul, Queen Elizabeth II, was actually using this for the last about 23 years of her life.
Wow. If only
Yeah.
she lived long enough to see your lab where it's at today.
Yeah,
I know.
and she only actually died that day because she forgot to smoke that morning.
No.
Yeah, she was smoking every morning, but something happened. She had run out, and I didn't get a message. I couldn't get more to her, so it's a very sad story, actually.
Yeah, that must have cut your profits a decent amount.
Yeah, it's not really about profits for me anymore. With the Mother Nation shelter and everything.
Oh
More.
you're working for for here, and I have.
Well, however, I'll let you just review this one.
Jesus Christ, this is something. I'm 100% instantly. I think this is blended in with crab legs. And it is there's Sprite in there too. It is Sprite, crab legs, and I don't think there is a drop of real mud in here. This has to be.
Yeah. Look at this insect right here. Look at this insect.
Yeah. They in the whatever lab, if you can call it.
That's a mud mite. Actually, that's a mud mite.
Oh.
So
Oh my God.
that's
Have a mud
pretty.
fight, and you're just taking photos of it. Like, what are you proud of it? Like, this is a scammer. whoever sent this in, ban him because that guy's a scammer.
Yeah, look at this. Like you're trying to sell this off as blood diamond mud. Look at this quartz crystal right here.
Oh my.
This might might not even be quartz. This might be plastic actually. Like this is like this on the streets today, on the streets of San Francisco right now. This is selling for $10 a pound.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it makes sense that they're selling that in San Francisco.
Yeah, they're selling. There's actually, I heard this is. I heard this is a bestseller at Stonehill College too.
Stonehill College. Well, yeah, then that's how you know it's fake mud. If it's selling that at Stonehill College, everyone at Stonehill College is rich. They're not, they're not getting authentic mud. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Especially Michael Sheehan. So that is something else.
We're gonna end it off on a real banger.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is probably one of the finest specimens in this whole video, except for or there's been some really good ones. There's been some bad ones, but this is just I see real. That's how I know.
You see real, and if I'm not mistaken, this came from Slovakia. I do believe.
Because yeah, I would guess that region too. Yeah. Like it's hard to narrow it down. You see these leaves here.
That's what gives it away. Yeah, it pretty much gives that away. It's one of the southern Slovakia. Absolutely.
Yeah. No, this looks good. We're not seeing any sprout, and we're seeing a good texture We're seeing a good texture overall.
Smooth. It's very consistent. This was
it's got a bit of a
very well done.
Like if you just like leave the gravy on the table for a while, it creates sort of a thing on top. It sort of has that, but I feel like you can just put your finger down there and it will all like flake away. You can pull that top layer off, and then you just got a beautiful, like just really smooth.
This is
really
what smooth. I would want to when they come out with cocoa mud. I would love to see this kind of mud being used, and to be mixed with the cocoa.
It's just really hard. They haven't figured out how to make it in a lab yet, and it's just
without killing people. Yeah, of course. That's the real struggle, is to find a safe way to do that. And has your lab? Can you tell me anything about your endeavors on cocoa mud?
We're looking into it, and we're actually getting some help from the locals, and they're giving us tips because they've been doing that. That's like a tradition for many thousands of years there. So it's produced at a very low scale, probably around like 1 pound per year in the whole of South America. So it's a very, very rare. Very rare. We're looking to exponentially expand that throughout the year. So and
this world will be a different place when that happens.
Yeah.
Like,
so year by year,
that
year by year we're trying to double production. So next year it's going to be 2 pounds. The year after that's 4, 8, 16, 32. So it's going to be a lot more.
All right.
Available.
What does a batch of cocoa mud? If there were a full batch, the whole 3 pounds and everything, what would that go for?
Like it's always dependent on quality, on region, on the buyer, and like.
I'm gonna think like South American, like the locals, that the ones that've been doing it for centuries.
The locals. I said I bought some like a pound of cocoa mud for the $2,000 before.
2,000. Okay.
And then sold, and
you resold it.
And then I sold it for a
ridiculous price.
Yeah, for 7 figures. So
it'll be that.
So
easily.
Yeah, for this batch here, I'm looking at in the picture. I'm looking at upwards of $5 million per pound, and I don't know how much is in here. It's hard to tell.
Yeah,
but
it's very hard to tell. But the Slovakia,
would have to make.
They tend to produce it in a bit smaller quantities, so that's why they might probably be looking into cocoa mud. I can understand that.
I'm skeptical of Slovakia actually producing this. I think this is a Slovakian sourced, but maybe South American produced. Because they don't really have the conditions for that.
Yeah, I can definitely see that got imported into South America. Maybe I think Slovakia must have done a deal with the South American natives, and I think they're doing that to advertise, and it's working for me. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not sure you want to pay scalper prices for this type of mud though. I personally would never sell anything at a scalper price. I sell it at the fair rate, at making a small profit always, but at a fair rate overall. So, you never see me scalping cocoa mud, never. So.
Okay, well, thank you very much for coming on my podcast today, Ver, and thank you to everyone who sent in their pictures that we could review. I hope to do this again. This was a fantastic time. I will now know, keep an eye out for that Norwegian mud if what you say is true. This has been some pretty groundbreaking stuff. I'm glad I can report this. I am the best mud journalist. Subscribe to God Greatest at Rapping to keep updated on my mud journalism. And thanks again, Ver, for coming on.
Thanks. Bye.
All right, bye.